Hi friends, my name is Shining Ange and welcome back to my channel. So today we are setting up for 2022 in my brand new bullet journal. I am using a notebook therapy journal this year. It is Butterflies. I can't remember the exact name of this journal, but I'll pop it on the screen if it is relevant. It is gold. It has butterfly etchings on the side and it is stunning. It's got an elastic, of course, with a pocket, and it even comes with this stunning butterfly paperclip, which I love. Notebook Therapy always adds little paper clips to match their journals, which I think is super freaking cute. But without further ado, let's get setting up. So first, of course, we have the name page. I just simply wrote in my name with stamps. I used a lot of stamps this setup and a lot of paper collaging stuff. I pulled a lot of inspiration for these spreads from my September setup. I will link that in the cards for you all. I was super obsessed with how they came out. So since this was a butterfly themed journal, I thought I would pull some inspiration from myself and do something similar. I also bought some gold stamping ink to give it in the gold aspect of the journal. So first we're starting off with my key page and little cover page. You know, just the simple basic stuffs here. So I actually never use my key, like reference it or anything, but I feel like it's not a complete journal without a key. So I just wrote in all of my symbols that I use. An event is a circle, a task is a dot, and then I have various little slashes and X's to know at what stage of a task I am in. And then I also have a star if it is important or not, which honestly, I don't really use that very often, but maybe I will start. Now we are flipping on over to my grid spacing sheet and a quote page. So along the top and the sides, I wrote in each number of spaces of how many spaces there are. It is actually the same as my Archer and Olive journal from the previous year / still kind of this year, but the previous year, you know what I mean? Which I was honestly shocked about. I thought it would be like a couple off, but it was not, so that's cool. And then I just wrote in common spacings that I use, the main one being the 15 space half page. I use that one mostly for my weeklies boxes. And I'm also thinking of experimenting with weekly spreads again this year, so stay tuned for my January setup to look at that. Also, I spelled spacing wrong. Please don't judge me. This is why I can't do anything spelling related without a reference of how something is spelt, because I end up spelling everything wrong. I've learned my lesson. Always look before you write. In this case, stamp. So that's gonna be haunting me for the whole year, and I'm not looking forward to that. And then next to the grid spacing sheet, I wrote a quote because I wasn't really sure what else to put here. So this quote says, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be." And I really love this quote. Within the last year, I'm really trying to figure out what I want to do with my life and who I want to be. So I thought this quote was very relevant. It is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. I have no idea who that is. I just looked up on Pinterest quotes and this was there and it showed who the quote was by. So I put it in there, but I have no idea who the person is. Oops. And now we are moving on to my future log. I don't do a year at a glance because my future log is basically a year at a glance since I have every single month on one spread. I started this in February because I thought it was very pointless to have January when I'm just about to set it up and start using it in a couple weeks. So I opted out of January and instead I put in a next year section. Because I found myself this year having things like in January, I'm going to see Hamilton, and in February, I have a dentist appointment, but I didn't have anywhere to put it. So I put in a next year section, opting out of a January section. And honestly, the painstaking of me writing in every single number and making sure it was correct was awful. I have stamps. I have calendar stamps, but for some reason I decided I did not want to use them. And I wrote them all in. So there's that. I also pondered a lot how I wanted to do the headings of each month, but what I came up with, I am actually very happy with. I experimented a little on a separate piece of paper to see what would look the best. And as you'll see very shortly what it is, I like it a lot. It came out really good. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, doing voiceovers is my least favorite part of this whole video process because my software is constantly crashing while I'm doing voiceovers. So I have to figure out where I stopped speaking and then pick up from there. It just happened. That's why I'm ranting about it. But it's just so frustrating. But I'm coming back again and again, closing my software, force quitting it actually, and then opening back up and starting again. And then I also feel like sometimes I run out of things to say and I'm just like, also my keyboard's in the way. My software crashed again. I'm fine. This is fine. Let's continue with the journaling, shall we? Also, my keyboard will move. I just didn't put it up like I usually do to keep it out of the way. So that's my own fault. And on to the next spread. So on this page, I am doing my reading log and my wish list. I'm kind of thinking I should have left out a reading log this year because I didn't even read 5 books last year, but I still want to have a place to track what books I have read. So I don't know, I might not read 5, but if I read any, they'll go here. If it becomes empty at the end of the year, then I won't add it next year. Easy, simple, cool. And then on the other side, I have my wish list. I actually didn't use my wish list a lot last year, but since I have started budgeting and I want to like prioritize things that I want to buy and like what I should buy first and things like that, I still decided to include it this year and hopefully I will get better use out of it than I did last year. I wanted to only include spreads that I would actually use and would bring me something. So yeah, that's this. And like I said, this is the last spread in this video, but stay tuned, one for my January setup, and after that video I'm going to be doing a whole video about goal setting. I did start setting up a goals page when I was filming this, but I decided to go ahead and leave that for a different video because I just simply did not have the time to really think it all out and write it all down and do the page like I really wanted to. And I've just been doing so much content for the end of the year, so I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. So I was like, you know what? Put that on the back burner. You can do it at a later date. It'll probably, hopefully be in January, but no promises on that. As we get on to the final flip through of these spreads, I just want to thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching my videos for the year. My first year posting bullet journaling content. I've had a lot of fun sharing what I've created with all of you, and I hope you all enjoyed watching it. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye for today. Please like the video, leave me a comment letting me know what kind of journal you got for this year. And also subscribe if you have not already for all my end of the year content that I am going to be posting. It's a lot. Get ready, buckle up. It's going to be so much fun. And I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye, everybody. I love you.